Okay, for anybody who watches my channel, y'all know for a fact I love my 60-second movie reviews, right? But for this one, I thought to myself, well, I'm gonna need a little bit more to talk about what's going on in this one. And this movie is called Subservience, and it stars Megan Fox fine self and Michelle Monroe, or Michael Monroe. I don't know pretty much how I'm messing up his first name, but Mr. Monroe. Now, I didn't go into this movie thinking too much. I figured it's a Megan Fox movie. I never thought of her as being the most dynamic or deep of actresses when it comes to the roles that she's been given, the roles that she's chosen. So, like I said, I wasn't expecting too much. I haven't really paid any attention to any reviews that was going on. I did get a quick chance to see what Rotten Tomatoes score was, which I really don't put too much weight in, but it was right there since I was, looking up at where the movie, was going to be shown. And it said that it had a 50% audience rating. And, I'm like, okay, well, don't nobody care about Rotten Tomatoes. I got time. Let's go check it out. And in short, I must say I'm pretty happy that I did go check this movie out because, listen, let's talk about this movie. First of all, there's going to be spoilers. So if you haven't seen the movie, right, or if you really don't care, then, yeah, please, by all means, do what you need to do. But everybody know how I roll when it comes to spoilers. So check it out, right? I already said that Megan Fox, she's basically this android, but she comes in about, 20, 40, 50 minutes, 25 minutes later in the movie. What's going on basically is that the society that's portrayed in this particular movie, of course, corporations have kind of perfected different models of androids for all different kinds of human needs. So you got them for service environments. You have them as, for residential environments, as being maids, stuff like that. They're waiters, bartenders, waitresses, all different types of areas. Anyway, one of the things and themes that this movie touches on is basically how society is viewing these people coming in and taking their jobs, right? But in this particular movie, this is something that's actually taking place, okay? And how people are feeling towards this particular class of individuals that's doing this. Now, another one of the themes that it touches on is how we treat the other, the alien to us, and most notably, how humans interact with androids or robots, things that the way humans force robots to make different decisions or act out in different ways because of the human hubris or the human need to always feel superior. This movie lightly touches on creating a slave race. For people who watch Star Trek The Next Generation, you guys will know exactly what I mean from the lecture that Guinan gave Picard in 10 Forward when talking about why she's resistant to Commander Maddox making androids available throughout Starfleet, because in essence, there would be serious ethical and moral concerns with creating a race that basically is there to do our bidding, that would be basically recyclable. So let's get into what the meat and bones of the movie is. Like I said, spoilers. So anyway, Michelle Monroe, Mr. Monroe, he plays this family guy. He's a father. He has a daughter that's about 6, 7 years old, something along those lines. He has a wife that's pretty much terminally ill. She's in the hospital. She's had heart conditions, and she needs her heart replaced. Now, in the meantime of all of this, he's a foreman at a construction site with a team of individuals who don't know that their jobs are at risk of being replaced by these particular androids. However, the owner of this construction site informs him, hey, listen, I'm going to basically be replacing everybody on your team, but I'm going to keep you on board, make your decision because basically everybody's looking for a job. Everybody need money. Jobs are going pretty much scarce, especially for people who really don't have the experience in education or specialty type fields, which construction at this time really wasn't. Now, he said that for insurance reasons, the insurance companies require a flesh and blood individual to oversee basically the activity of the androids, let them out, put them, store them back in, make sure that they're charging, all of that kind of stuff. But other than that, they're pretty much autonomous, and his job is basically just babysitting, sitting around watching. Now, these particular stresses and everything like that, they portrayed in the movie as, okay, hey, man, I'm trying to find a way out because, again, I'm being a single father right now. What's going on here with my wife in the hospital? We don't know what's going to be going on with her heart. How I'm going to how I'm going to deal with all of these people that I just laid off. which is actually my friends, and how they are viewing me. Hey, I'm gonna just go take my daughter to try to get some fresh air. We're gonna go to an exhibit, take a look at some of these Androids, see if maybe I could purchase one. Kind of help me out and around the house, help me out with babysitting, and basically being a nanny for my daughter. Anyway, as always happens with parents and movies, man, they let their kid go run off and everything, and the kid ends up running into uh, Megan Fox, which is her name is basically Alice. She's one of the newest models and everything like that. And uh, of course, the dad is smitten with her and everything. But what really convinces him to get Alice is his daughter. So of course they bring Alice home and everything like that, and Alice is getting to know everybody. She's observant, she can Wi-Fi connect to everything like that. And first of all, side note, I never understand in movies when people make AI or especially androids or something like that, robots. They never give them a governor as far as their strength, speed, reflexes, all that kind of stuff go. They just let them be all, hey, I'm gonna build a super high speed thing that's could be super deadly if we wanted it to, but we just have this particular software to hope that it doesn't do that. Anyway, of course, each Android, the Android society has basically rules and everything, rules and programs that stop them from doing anything crazy with humans. But lo and behold, because of course you have to have somebody make a stupid decision to make the movie continue. One night, the dad is sitting watching a movie, and he asks Alice, "Hey, what you know anything about this movie?" And she's like, "Yeah, it's about this, la la la." And he's basically like, "Yeah, but have you seen it?" And she's like, "No, I downloaded the information, everything, like, I downloaded all the information, so I know everything about the movie." So because he's feeling lonely and he wants to try to throw human characteristics off onto Alice, he basically tells her, "Hey, listen, I need you to erase the fact that you know anything about this movie, all the files about this movie, and I want you to just watch it and see how you feel about it, how you interpret it, and all that stuff." Kind of stuff, basically, to watch this movie as a new observer. So Alice basically like, "Yeah, I could do that and everything, but when I do, you got to reset me." He's got a little button on the back of the neck. And I never understand why they always give the super powerful Android, possibly death killing devices off and reset, and those type of switches located directly on the device. You got to get to the button, right? You know that, right? Anyway, so he proceeds to do it and everything. But what ends up happening is that it fragments some of her data, and she's now able to bypass and reroute. And I like the fact that they said positronic brain as a Trekkie. I was real happy about that. But anyway, she's able to reroute certain commands around harming individuals. And one of the things that really sets it off is that the mom, because of course, the mom's in the hospital. She ends up meeting Alice, and the mom is basically like, "Hey, listen, I don't care what's going on. Sometimes you gotta protect people, even if it hurts them. You gotta protect them." I'm thinking to myself, why would you tell an android something? What, like, why would you do that? So lo and behold, Alice is starting to, I guess, want to have the full experience, we should say, with the husband. She wants to basically take over and all that stuff. So she starts deleting the images of the mom and all that kind of stuff. And the dad is basically like, "Yo, put these pictures back, Alice. What you up to?" And she's like, "Oh, keep blaming every one of her actions on, oh, because I seen that it was hurting the daughter and everything. So I wanted to basically remove the things that was hurting the daughter." And the father like, "Yo, look, yeah, no, we ain't finna do that." Now, as a warm-blooded man, I'm gonna have to talk about the bathroom sequence with Alice, because as a warm-blooded human male, I'm gonna have to say that everything in that sequence would have unfolded the way that it unfolded, probably even before everything in that sequence, because of the type of twisted brain that I have. But needless to say, the android is successful at coming on to him. Man, he feels a certain kind of way about it, so she blindfolds him and pretends that she's, his wife. She, uses the voice, all that kind of stuff. Yes, this is a real high speed android, and she does high speed things in that sequence. Yes, she does. Yes, she does. Anyway, kind of find out that the androids, of course, have replaced the medical field, the doctors, nurses. So the surgery is a success with the new synthetic heart, and the wife is able to come home. Now, the thing is that uh, the wife knows that Alice has been doing something with her husband, because, of course, Alice is trying to do everything in her power to get the mom out the way because you know what's up. You know what's up. The hand that rock the cradle part. But look, I'm gonna say, mom is a G. Mom is a straight. I'm gonna get to why mom is a G in a minute. So of course, Alice and the mom starts going at it. Mom wants Alice to stay in the garage, all this kind of stuff. She goes off on her husband because she finds out that the husband was sleeping with Alice. The husband is basically like, "Yo, it's a robot. Would I get mad at you using your vibrator?" Which he does have a point. But see, here's the thing. I was watching this movie with a female, right? And the female was basically like, that is not the same thing. You can't talk to it and hug it and it can't help you out with it. And I was thinking to myself, that would be the perfect vibrator, right? Wouldn't it? But I didn't say that. I didn't say that. Anyway, before Dude could get into up, Doo Doo Creek, stuff starts happening where now mom falling down the steps because the banister wasn't fixed correctly that Alice fixed, and like it starts starting to go down. And I'm gonna have to say, Megan Fox was playing this part really well. Like her mannerisms as a robot. Now you might say to yourself, well, she's a one-dimensional character, but I would go so far as to say that playing an effective android is far, where you can portray uh, your actions in a way that doesn't emote, right, is a skill. Think of people like Brent Spiner when he plays Data. She did her thing, and she did her thing. Come to think about it, pretty much everybody in the movie, the mom, the dad, the daughter, the actors brought their games in this movie, man. They was doing their thing. Now, in the mix of this, you got one of the boys, the foreman, whose job got eliminated. Right, he's feeling a certain kind of way, so he comes over, man, and this was so this bogus as this dude. This dude just bogus, man. He gonna sit up there and bring the guy a beer and everything, sit up on his porch, enjoy the hospitality and everything, then go off on him talking about some, yo, man, you the reason that we got fired and all this kind of stuff, and start trying to attack this dude, and he tried to take a bottle to him, but Alice interrupts it, man, break the bottle in dude's hand, man, cuts up his hand, and basically guy saves dude from, Alice. And look, let me tell you something. Alice ends up going over to the dude's house later. Now, as the dude, I'm thinking to myself, why would you open the door? But he ends up opening the door for Alice. I mean, he is a warm-blooded man, of course. Now, here's how I open the door for Alice. Alice comes in. Now, the reason that Alice is there is because this dude was basically threatening to expose something that him and a few of their other partners with the foreman did earlier in the movie with messing up some construction site property, basically. So Alice basically like, yo, my primary user can't go to jail, man. So I'm gonna need you to reconsider. And the dude like, look, man, I don't want to hear none of that. And Alice proceeds to whoop this dude's butt. She was thorough whooping this dude's butt. Like, I mean, the weapon, it wasn't even a, but it was a nice choreographed fight. But for real though, he had no chance. Like, it was a nice fight, but he had no chance. And that's the thing that I love about, see, back in the day, before people got into AI and robotics and stuff like that real heavy, right? Most of the doll movies or movies of this genre or ilk, right? You would find most of these to be demonic or some type of supernatural type some being inhabiting it. Like the original Chucky was a dude that had practiced voodoo, man, and put his dying soul into the doll of Chucky, man, and started wreaking havoc. You know what I mean? They was real big in the day back in, think of movies like Dolls, for instance, really good doll movie, man. That was, some witches putting some people's souls that was bogus up inside porcelain dolls, man, and sentenced them to eternity of basically judging other people in the house. I love that movie, The Dolls. Anyway, but nowadays you got AI. And y'all know this bootleg, right? So don't start tripping. Now, that's one thing I forgot to mention. The dude did have not only a daughter, but he had the baby, man. Of course, you got to remember the baby, man. You got to remember the baby because look, Alice decides, hey, I'm going to take the baby. I'm going to take the baby because it's crying and it's making my primary user's blood pressure go up and all this kind of stuff. And he's down there arguing with his wife and all of that. I'm going to take this baby. I'm going to put it gently into this tub and I'm going to run the water to basically start slowly drowning this baby. Now, the daughter catches wind of this, man. She's like, yo, and Alice shuts the door. Now, the daughter is immediately on it. Yo, she down the stairs talking about some, yo, Alice got the baby. She got it in the tub. Parents was on it. They go upstairs, man, trying to get through the door. Of course, Alice is holding the door. Ain't nothing the dad could do to get through the door, man. And so he's grabbed something. Now he's trying to break through the door. Mom wasn't standing there having none of that. I'm screaming, panicking. Nah, man. Mom went through a whole nother window. They up on the second floor. Went through a whole nother window out onto the little loft, whatever that thing is, at the top of the roof park thing, man. Went around to the other side, man. Came through the window when the dad was coming through the door, man, and all this kind of stuff, man. They got the babies had having a fight with Alice, man. Look, 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 look. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. I liked it. The suspense was going on, man. It was doing this thing. Now, of course, you cannot have an Android movie where the Android looks anything like a human and starts getting after somebody without some situation or some circumstance, happenstance, thing that occurrence, yeah, I like that, occurrence stance that happens where the Android or the doll or whatever takes enough damage to reveal what they underskeleton looks like, what they they endoskeleton, I should more accurately saying looks like. And of course, we get that a little bit with her, man. But here's the thing. Here's the thing. Eventually, they end up messing her up real good, man, and they take her back to the police station and try to figure out, hey, well, to the corporation, try to figure out, hey, what's going on with her, man? Where they got all the other messed up androids of her model and all that kind of stuff, and they go to plug her CPU into the computer. Now, here's the thing. Remember when I said that she was basically reprogramming herself? She is now basically almost a sentient type of android. They plugging this thing up into the mainframe. What do you think happens? She starts to transfer her body into her mind into the mainframe. It happens one of the other androids with the blonde hair. I mean, they don't look as good as the black hair Megan Fox, but they had the blonde hair Megan Fox, which I'm gonna have to say I would have bought both models. Oh my God. Anyway, they end up ripping the cables out the wall and everything. Yeah, I don't know how that works. I really don't know how that works because electricity is pretty fast and transferring the data. Well, maybe transferring data isn't. But anyway, blonde Megan Fox, we'll call her blonde Megan Fox. Blonde Megan Fox proceeds to just whoop both of they butt with the greatest of ease. I was like, ooh, ooh. So off to trying to rid the primary user of his birth. Now, first of all, it's interesting how the AI has determined that this dude's family, that her primary user's family, is the thing that's causing her primary user all this anguish in life. So her mission in life is to eradicate them. Like, it's interesting that the computer would even acknowledge that about crazy women. I'm just joking on that. I'm just joking. So, look, it's a whole situation where now, of course, man, you got the AI, man. They got to use cars against the AI robot android lady, man. They barely getting away. People getting messed up. Look, let me tell you something. The end of this movie is something that you would naturally expect to happen, but I'm gonna have to say, man, I really enjoyed this movie. I know this video went on too long, but I actually enjoyed this movie. It was better than a guilty pleasure movie, man. But I doubt it'll be a cult classic, man. But it is definitely a watch. If you look, even if you got something to do, man, you want to see a good Android, hand that rocks the cradle / Terminator / Chucky, Child's Play type movie, man, then you should definitely check this out. Y'all be cool.